Hi, I'm Brianna and I did my ecological interactions presentation on the endangered Galapagos penguin. So why did I choose the Galapagos penguin? So they're very unique as they're the only penguin to live north of the equator of the Galapagos Islands. They're also endemic to this area, meaning that they will only be found in this area. They cannot be found in any other area in the United States or just in the world. Um, they will not be migrating for breeding or anything. All of their breeding is going to be restricted to this area. They have unique adaptations such as small size and their special feathers that help them maintain homeostasis and regulate their warm body temperatures. The small size has a small surface area, so it will be able to radiate heat loss away from the body. It also has special feathers and patches of bald skin on their actual bodies that will again radiate the heat loss away from their body. Why are they endangered? So they have major threats such as climate change and predation that will factor against them in their environment. So climate change is when the climate will not be like stagnant, it will be moving all over the place and it's going to mess up and disturb their homeostasis. So one of the major climate changes that occurred that caused a decline in their population was El Nino, but I will go more into that in our further presentation. They on the island they have mainly a predator and prey relationship, meaning that there are a lot of predators to the Galapagos penguins. So that is why the Galapagos penguins are going to be found by themselves mostly, or they will have predators found next to them. But because they travel in such large colonies, it will work for them and cause the predators to be deterred away. They also have their breeding is restricted because they are endemic, um, but they are going to be found along the edges of the Galapagos Islands that are mostly Isabel and Ferdinand. So the behavior ecology of the Galapagos penguins. So they're able to maintain the tropical uh, climate because of their feeding routine and their counter shading, as well as the unique adaptations we talked in the before slide. Their feeding routine consists of throughout the day, they will swim and be able to catch their food, and that will help to maintain their body temperature and help them become cool. But then throughout the night, they will sleep with their flippers actually up so that the heat will be radiating off of their body and they will be able to maintain their homeostasis. They also do a thing called counter shading, which is when they lean over their feet, causing a shade on top of their feet, and it will regulate their body temperature and prevent sunburn or sun damage to their feet, which is how they move. They travel in large colonies again, which causes safety by numbers, deterring the predators away from them, and that's very helpful because that will cause an increase in the population or just make sure that there is not a lot of the Galapagos penguins that are dying because of them being found alone. They also have a mating behavior that helps them mate with their other significant other, and that is a thing called mutual preening, which is when they pat the top of the head, and it will create a pair bonding value, and it will show others that this is the mate that I care and love for. The population ecology. So population, it will increase or decrease. It will be promoted or demoted due to birth and death rates. And so for birth, they are going to be able to be found on the edges of the Galapagos Island. And although they are restricted to the Galapagos, they are going to be breeding year round, which means that they will increase all of their offspring. There are also conservation efforts that the Galapagos Conservancy is doing, which is where they provide a safe nesting place for them to nest their eggs, leading to a successful reproduction rate. We also have death rates caused by El Nino, which is a climate change event that caused a major decline in their population because it caused the warm waters to rise to the surface, which deters all of their food fuel, the Galapagos penguins, because the small fish that they eat is not going to want to be in their warm waters. It caused them to starve and pretty much just die. It caused a 70% death rate during the 1970s, which is when El Nino occurred. Human impact is when they bring diseases to the island that the penguins do not know how to fight off. Their community ecology. So again, they have mostly a predator and prey relationship. This is them in this picture. You can see a savvy lightfoot crab with a Galapagos penguin, and right now the Galapagos penguin is in danger because it will try to get at him. But I believe there's a larger picture, and there was more penguins around them. So safety in numbers again. They also have competition with fishermen as they take away their small fish, and there is nutrient-rich waters, which is a positive um, interaction between the Galapagos and the waters because it gives fuel to the small fish, and that nutrients that the small fish is going to ingest is going to be given to the penguins when they are eaten by the penguin. The last one is ecosystem interaction, which is either positive or negative. So on the positive side, the volcanoes of the Galapagos Islands ecosystem is going to provide a habitat for the penguins to lay their eggs and nest, and deter predators away because they will be able to be camouflaged in. The ocean current, which with the nutrient-rich waters, is a positive interaction, and the Galapagos penguin also has a symbiotic interaction with pelicans. So the Galapagos will go and disorientate the small fish that is in the water, helping the pelican grab the fish out of the water. And when it is eaten, the penguin will then grab the pieces of the small fish from the pelican's bill. They also have a negative interaction with mosquitoes as it causes a parasitism relationship. And that is when mosquitoes will start to feed on the blood of the penguin, and it will lay avian malaria, which will go into the bloodstream of the penguin. And the penguin has a low immune system as it is endemic to the Galapagos, so they won't know how to fight it off, and it will cause a high death rate. They also have a positive and a negative relationship with humans. As positive, they will provide ecotourism, causing humans to come to the island. However, when the humans are here, they will disturb their environment, um, causing the pelicans to be disturbed, and they will want to hide. The humans won't even be able to see them. So it's kind of a yes and no kind of situation. And that's all. Thank you so much for listening.